Of a slide. I'm going to go into it real quick. I only have 90 seconds. Going to kind of get through this concept again. One, the organizer sends a calendar invite to an AWS email box, and the data is disassembled, assigned a UID, and stored for the future of calendar invite sending on the AWS calendar invite server. Any change to the calendar invite event from the organizer's calendar client are updated in the AWS calendar invite server using that UID. So the concept is an email box here, you have calendar client up here, your calendar client users or organizers downstream use this create command. It could be any create command that you set up in your AWS domain. For specific demo purposes, we set up create at calendarsnack.com. This data gets plumbed into the AWS inbound gateway. That inbound gateway is an SES box, simple email service box. We disassemble the data for new, update, or cancel every time it iterates, and then we reassemble and send out any new, updated, or canceled data when the API number one is called down here, which is a single calendar invite using our APIs here talking to the API gateway. Now, specifically as we dive one level deeper, every UID for an event is etched into a calendar client. You do not see that data, but we understand where that UID is assigned, and because we capture it in the AWS SES box, we're able to track it. So anytime you send data using a calendar client from an organizer, we track the organizer by email address, we track the individual UID, and all that data is stored and disassembled using a principle of the UID itself, and we assign the original UID so we can track it from the calendar client. Then we add a +1 to it in the DynamoDB database. So the calendar invite data is disassembled and stored as new in the database with an assigned UID. The stored calendar invites can be retrieved using the API, which is ours, our calendar invite API. That is an endpoint that matches the email to the UID and reassembles the calendar invite for sending on the AWS calendar invite server using SES raw API. Now what happens is if an update occurs here to the original calendar invite, we actually reprocess it. So we disassemble it again, and we magically send out any calendar invite that has been subscribed by the API number one of ours. And if the update occurs to the original calendar invite and saved, it's resent to SES mailbox and follows the new workflow with a UID increment we have developed. So we add a +1, +2, +3 and track it here in this pipeline. Updates can occur an unlimited number of times before the expiration of the date and the time changes, or promotions are added to the message body itself. So this concept is called calendar invite marketing. Thanks for stopping by.